This is the Cosmic CEO Masterclass, where I am spilling my secrets on the exact energetic shifts you need to become the person that's running your soul aligned business and how to download your business roadmap directly from the universe. Now, let's get right into it. So on my Instagram live besties, I'm actually doing a live masterclass. So you could see behind the scenes. If you want to join the masterclass live, you can go to the top of my page and get the link there. Okay, let's get right into it. So welcome. Hi, I'm your host, Valerie Inez. I'm a mother, an intuition and business coach, and master of effortless intuitive connection. That's me. Okay, so let's just go over what we're covering today. We're going to talk about the exact energetic shifts you need to become the person that's running your soul aligned business, exactly how to heal with your higher self and move past your fears of visibility, comparison, judgment, fear of success, how you can download the vision of your business and get the strategy to get you there using your intuitive gifts, which is, y'all know I talk about that all the time, and how to access your soul purpose and manifest aligned clients. And make sure you stay for the very end because I'm going to give you a bonus. I'm going to show you how to connect with your higher self and shift your energy right now. I'm also going to talk about CEO Soul Alignment, which is my magical container to awaken your true potential, master intuitive gifts, and build your soul aligned business. I have a live version that's running right now. We just started yesterday, August 19th, but I just created a self-paced container because I took a poll on Instagram and you guys told me that you don't want to always learn in community. Sometimes we want to learn in private. Sometimes we're introverts. Sometimes we have a full schedule and we don't have time to be going on live in intuitive development circles, or, it's just not your thing. I totally get it. In the beginning of my journey, I learned on my own so much. And I know that it takes a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say fear, but it's like moving past your fear when you are scared to do something and you're going to do it anyway. I was just talking to a client just the other day, and she was so scared to go on Zoom because I know it's like people are seeing your face and you're like internet strangers. I have no idea who you are, and you're terrified, right? You're like going on live with other people that you've never met before. And she was like, I was so scared. And I was having this tug of war in my head, like, should I get on? Should I not get on? And then after you get on, you're like, oh, that was such a beautiful experience. And we had such a great conversation. We had so much fun. And she was so happy that she actually went on live on Zoom. But I know that's not everybody's, not everybody's cup of tea. So I also have a self-paced container. Now I'm going to move on. I went off on a tangent. Y'all know I do that. Okay, so you're in the right place if you're ready to shift your energy to become the version of you that's running their soul line business and you desire to master your intuitive connection to the universe to get there. And you're also in the right place if you're so done for waiting for the right moment to begin, because all you have is now. Literally all you have is right now. There's no perfect time to do anything. You just either do it or you don't do it. So if you don't know me, hi, I'm Valerie. I'm a single mom to 3 kids. I'm a Scorpio with a lot of fire in my charts. I'm a published author and a book lover. I've been practicing since 2019 after I had my spiritual awakening, and I've had intuitive gifts since childhood. And I just started learning them again when I was in my late 30s. So I've had lots of crazy experiences with spirit, which I'm actually having them today. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? Okay, so this is what my life used to look like. I was anxious, indecisive, and living in survival mode. I was unsure of my path or what to do in my life. I was unemployed and burnt out, and I knew I had an intuitive gifts, but I didn't know how to use them. And I knew my purpose was here to help, but I didn't know exactly how to do that. I've always felt like I remember being in like 8 years old, sitting in class. So like I'm an 80s baby, and I remember we used to have these meetings about going and saving the rainforest. I don't know if y'all remember that, but they used to sell t-shirts about saving the rainforest. And we were like, we were the generation that was going to do it. And I remember sitting in that presentation thinking, I'm going to save the world one day. Like it's going to be me. And I know I'm going to help people, and I don't know how to do that, but I just like felt it in my gut, and it felt like this calling that I had, and I didn't know what that was like. So backstory. So I decided to go all in myself. And I'm sad that my live besties are not on the masterclass here, because this is a little picture of a a manifestation book that actually one of my co-authors wrote, Letha J. And so it's dated July 12th, 2022. And I manifested a job that gives me joy, flexibility, and emotional freedom. So it was really just the ability to be able to work from home, be with my kids. And what did I say? A job that I love that brings me joy, freedom, and what does it say? Oh, and to using my unique gifts is what it says. Gosh, I can't even remember my own handwriting. I just wanted to use my own gifts and have a job that brought me emotional fulfillment. So I decided to master my intuitive gifts. I was determined to create a business I was absolutely in love with, and I spent hours meditating, connecting with my guides, and healing my shit. Okay. Lots of hours. And the moment I did, I discovered the secret within. So I went from trying to get someone to hire me, because no one would hire me for like 2 years, to connect with my business spirit guides, and higher self daily. I download the vision of my soul aligned business. This picture is actually the day I downloaded my the vision of my business. So cool. And I decided to shift my identity to align with my CEO self and become empowered and a leader in my industry. Okay, so I would go on to download the exact roadmap and strategy to build my business, discover my soul purpose, and finally embrace authenticity and build the business of my dreams, travel, speak, and coach women all over the world, and fall in love with myself and feel 100% confident in my intuition. So this is my life now. These text messages that you see on screen are literally from this week, just this week. One of them says, I didn't think writing a book could come on this strong or this fast. It's from one of my clients who is actually publishing a book. So excited. Another one says, my one-on-one coaching content is finalized. My business social media platforms are up. And she's working through some storylines for social media, moving forward and letting it flow. And another one says, I've decided to start my own private holistic psychiatry practice. And she's working on the branding, but it feels so aligned. And all of these women are all on their own separate paths, but they've all discovered their own unique soul aligned business, which if you hear, it's like all different. One's doing holistic psychiatry, one is writing poetry and publishing books and also getting on stage. Another one is doing coaching from corporate America to really like entrepreneurship and self-love. So it's all different kinds. And like, it's just, I love receiving these kinds of text messages. Okay, so I no longer have to live according to the desires of someone else, seek advice from people who didn't share my vision, or feel unfulfilled or lost. Okay, but enough about me. Let's get right into the masterclass. So we're going to talk about, oh my gosh, the exact energetic shifts that you need to become the person that's running your soul aligned business, because the version of you who doesn't feel in alignment with the business that either you desire or the business that you have that you want to grow, or maybe you want to pivot to, there is a shift that you need to make. And how do we do that? Okay, first, we clear and heal out what is no longer in alignment. These are things like the fear of visibility, comparison, judgment, the fear of success, etc. Like, that version of you needs to work through all of that in order to be the version of you that is running the business. That is the shift that needs to be made. You also need to connect with your higher self and remove those energetic blocks. So I talk about this all the time, but working with your higher self is so amazing because you can actually get down to the core root of what those blocks are. I know that y'all have maybe heard of shadow work or inner child work, or maybe parts work and things like that. And the way that I do it is differently by working with your higher self and having your higher self energetically clear and remove all of that energy out for you. You can also shift your identity through self-concept work. Because you are the CEO, you are the operant power and authority over your reality. So many times we play victim to our reality, and we're thinking like, oh my God, all these things are happening to me, and I'm never going to get there, or I'm so tired of dealing with this. But when you decide in that moment that I'm no longer available for all of this that is not in alignment with me, and I choose to become or shift into the version of me that is running my business, it is literally a decision to commit. Okay. I didn't just like wake up one day and I was like, okay, I'm ready to go. I had to work through a lot of limiting beliefs with my higher self. A lot of things like, the fear of being, online, the fear of being seen, the fear of being a leader, right? And now sometimes I'll still feel the fear, but I'll do it anyway, right? Because you're not going to move past those fears unless you show up in a way that feels safe and authentic to you and continue to really shift into the version of you that is running your business. Because if y'all think about it, all the people who are running successful businesses, if you think about like somebody that you look up to, or maybe somebody like online that you're like, wow, I wish I could do what they're doing, they had to do the same thing. They don't just go on there and they're just like 100% confident every single day and they just know what they're doing. Everybody had to work through something in order to get where they are. Everybody had to start from somewhere and figure it out as they go. No one just wakes up just knowing all the things, just becoming, just like being the person. It's kind of a process that you have to go through in order to embody that version of you. Okay, so just remember that every time you're seeing that person, you don't know where they started, or what they're going through right now. Okay. Now, what most people do is they resist the change. They try to force stepping into a new role as a business owner, and then they take their outdated programming and beliefs with them, right? Their subconscious programming with them, and they try to just become like this person. They just try to just show up and to just be. But then when you do things like that, you're probably either procrastinating, self-sabotaging, maybe feeling like you're not good enough, lacking confidence, giving up, or you don't see immediate results and you're like, oh, this isn't working for me. Because we live in a society where if I put an offer out there, then I need to have a sale the same day. And sometimes it doesn't work that way, right? And that's also okay. Because when you're working through reprogramming your subconscious mind, or you're working through healing your outdated beliefs, there is a lag, for lack of a better word, inside your reality to present to you the external circumstances that now match your new programming that you're giving yourself. Okay, it's just the way that energy and physical reality work. Okay. People also refuse to do the healing work, or they stay stuck in their old identity and continue to do the work over and over and over again. If you've ever been like in a healing cycle when you're really like working on healing your limiting beliefs, and then all you do is heal, and then you don't really like live your life, we can't be doing that. Okay. So let's talk about how to heal with your higher self, because your higher self is the infinite, all-knowing spirit version of you. It is literally you in spirit infinite form. Okay. There's a human you and a spirit you. So an energetic block is basically anything that prevents movement or flow in your energy, or makes it difficult, seemingly impossible to achieve your desire. And these are your limiting beliefs. These are your learned patterns, repressed feelings, shadows, programming, learned from society, culture, family, and even past lives. So, for example, I had to work through a deep-rooted fear, well, a deep-rooted belief of unworthiness that was affecting my business, my relationships, and everything in between. So when I discovered that wound and realized the reason that I wasn't showing up, the reason that I was self-sabotaging and procrastinating, is because I didn't feel like I was worthy. I didn't feel like I was good enough. Then the fun part is knowing where that came from, or who that came from. And that's where healing with your higher self comes in, because your higher self can help you locate the core root of that belief and heal the energetic layers attached to the blockages. And let's get into this, because this is what I do. This is the higher self method. And healing, and what we do basically is we heal what we have is the outer, I know Instagram besties can't see this, but we have this diagram. So the beliefs and the energetic blockages on the outside, right, is the beliefs that we can consciously be aware of. So for example, unworthiness, or like kind of feeling like I don't really feel like good doing this. I don't feel like I'm deserving, whatever that is for you. And then we go into the layers of your body and mind, because either it's in your body, it's something that you're physically storing inside your body, or it's something that's in your mind. Okay. And then we get down to the core root of it in order to clear and remove it. So healing with your higher self helps you address the core wound of the belief, both in the body and the root of the block. And this is basically where you learned it, who you learned it from, whether that was an experience, a memory, or just the way that you were brought up, society, culture, etc., blah, blah, blah. We're really getting down to the core of it. Okay. So for example, think about a tree growing in your backyard. Okay. And the tree, you got to move the tree in order to build a pool. you can't just cut the tree in half, right? Like it just doesn't work that way. You can't build a pool on top of it. You got to take that tree and you got to pull it out at its roots and completely remove it from the ground in order to place the pool on top. That's the way that energy works. We are literally removing it at its core roots and clearing it out of there. If you think about like cord cutting, really cord pulling and removing it out in order to instill new beliefs. Okay. So we clear it out and then we acknowledge and we heal it, whatever that is. And then we disconnect from the belief. We're not looping back over and over again. We're disconnecting from that version of us. We're disconnecting from the person that told us that completely. And then we are accessing higher states of consciousness by connecting, with your higher self, with your guides, with your angels, etc., with your intuition, your gifts. And without doing this, you might either repeat the same outdated patterns, find yourself stuck in endless loops of the same action, stay stuck in the healing cycle, unable to reach higher states of consciousness and self-trust. Okay. This by far is one of the best healing methods I've ever come across. And I've done a lot. I've done Reiki, I've done shadow work, I've done inner child work, I've done, energy work that I've read online, like, YouTube, blah, blah, blah. Like I've done so much. And I think, in my opinion, healing with your higher self is one of the best. Okay. Let's move on to number 2, which is downloading the vision and the strategy to get you there using your intuitive gifts. So how do we actually download the vision of our business? Okay. We use an activation. If you worked with me before, you know what this means. Basically, an activation is just an energetic technique. It's a guided meditation that you use in order to activate your own energy to be able to tap in and connect with your gifts. And so what we do is this is what we do inside CEO Soul Alignment. We tap into the energy of your soul aligned business through a visioning journey. Okay, we're getting the overall picture. And what does this mean? I'm literally taking you on a visioning journey in your third eye, and we are connecting to the vision of your business. What does that look like for you? Okay. And that's why healing work is so important in the beginning, because if you were to access the vision of your soul aligned business today, if you haven't done the healing work to address the beliefs that make you feel like you either can't get there, you don't deserve to get there, whatever, you're not going to do anything. You're not going to take any action steps, because your subconscious mind, your beliefs are not in alignment with your vision of your business, with your CEO identity, right? They're two different things. That's why healing is so incredibly important. So that's step 1. And then step 2, we connect to your business guide for guidance. So we go in and we connect to your guide and we're like, hey, what do I need to do? How do I get there? Then we also visit the Akashic records to discover your soul purpose, because your soul has unique characteristics, it has traits, it has its own personality and things it's here to accomplish. Okay, we're using that information in order to build our business. We also tap into the blueprint of your soul aligned business for strategy, offers, branding, next steps, and the action plan. And if you're on here and you're like, I'm not really sure what my business will look like, or maybe I think I should be doing this, or other people are doing this, so I think I'll be successful in that. Your unique business that is aligned with your soul is different than the person that's next to you. It just is. Okay. For example, I had no idea that I would be in coaching. It wasn't really something that I was trying to do. It was just something that I saw and I kind of fell into, because that was the vision. And I'm like, that actually looks really good. And then the more that I kind of started getting closer to that vision, the more that it started to actually feel really good. And now I love it. I love coming to work. It's literally the best thing ever. So I just want to mention that, okay? Because either this could be like, you have an online business, or maybe you have an in-person business, or maybe you're hosting retreats, or, maybe you're traveling, or, whatever it is for you is unique to you. So don't make it fit into something like in this little box. We're not doing that. Okay. And let's talk about the type of activations that we use in order to do this. So this is like your business spirit guide activation. So this is you taking an activation and connecting with your business guides and your career guides so that you can receive guidance and clarity for your next steps. So if you've ever seen my content, I talk about connecting with my guides all the time. I connect with my guides in the morning and talk about, things that I should be talking about on social media, or maybe like offers I'm creating, or branding, the aesthetic of those offers, strategy. It's kind of like, think about it like a team meeting. Okay. If you've ever been in the corporate world, we're having a team meeting, we're coming into our conference room and we're talking about strategy. We're talking about who needs to do what, which really is me. I need to do all the things because it's me. And how to get there, right? That's what I'm doing inside the activation. We also have a higher self activation, which is connecting with the infinite version of you who can see all timelines and can direct you for your highest good. So this your higher self can also show you your purpose in life. So this is like a bird's eye view of all the different possibilities. So when you're in here and you're taking a visioning journey, right? And you're trying to figure out what the next step is in your business, whether you're pivoting or creating a completely new business or whatever that is for you, you're able to see different facets of your business based on where you are today. Because all timelines are possible and everything is existing right now. So there's a version of you, right? For example, that's running this business. There's a version of you that is maybe employed by somebody else. There's a version of you that decided not to do any of that. Okay. It just depends on where you want to go and what you want to do. So don't ever feel like when you're in a vision, when you're in like a meditation or something like that, it's like, that's what I have to do. You don't have to do anything. You have the option always because we have free will. Okay. I don't know. I feel like I need to say that. Okay. Future self. We also have a future self activation, which is connecting with the future version of you based on a certain time or desire goal, okay, and then receive practical human tools and guidance on how to get there or achieve that goal. So, side note, whenever I need to figure out exactly how to do something and what that will look like for me personally, I connect with my future self, okay, and I ask her, how are we doing that? And for example, when I saw the vision of my business, I was connecting to my future self, and she was showing me that I have a coaching business and I'm coaching and mentoring women. And she was just like giving me like the background information, and I'm like, what are you talking about? But here we are. We did it. Okay. So we also have an Akashic Records activation, which is not really an activation. It's going into the Akashic Records to view the records of your soul purpose and what you're here to complete in this lifetime. We also have power activations, which are my absolute favorite. And this is basically connecting with your divine power, your true energetic nature, and embody your divine confidence and self-mastery. We also have an inner child activation, which is connecting with the younger version of you to receive more clarity about your present programming and heal younger versions of you, because we want your inner child to be on board with your success. My cat is outside, girl. Why, I'm literally watching her in the front yard and she knows she's not supposed to be out there. Okay. Um, Step 3. Number 3. I don't know. I got sidetracked. Look at her. She's trying to get that squirrel. Okay, black cat problems. Let me move on. We manifest aligned clients. So we use manifestation methods that are in alignment with your soul. Okay. So if you've ever heard of all the manifestation methods and sometimes you try them and you're like, this doesn't really work for me, it could be a multitude of reasons. Either you have limiting beliefs that aren't in alignment with your manifestation. Okay. So there's a part of you that doesn't believe that's possible. Or you can try different, better manifestation methods that actually work with your soul. Okay. For example, you can do manifestations that work with your heart space, or from your heart space. I've talked about this before, where really you're tapping into the vision of what that would look like for you inside your heart space and really feeling that energy, and having it become so real and then pushing it out into your space. And basically, you're tuning your frequency to match what you desire and really calling it into you. Okay. That's one of my favorite methods. I believe it's from Joe Dispenza. And it's basically, that's what it is. Okay. We also have self-concept work, which is knowing you are that person. Okay. I'm not sure if I can cuss on live, so I'm not gonna, but knowing you are that person that is running your business, knowing you are worth it, knowing you know what you're talking about, knowing that you're deserving of this, knowing this is for you, right? Really cultivating a happy space here in your body, in here. Okay. So that you're rooting for you. Okay. Regardless of what's going on outside of you, you know, I'm them. I know what I'm doing. Okay. And that's really focusing on self concept, which is mastering your inner world because it's all coming from you. Everything that you desire is coming from you. You are giving yourself permission. You are creating this reality here. What you desire here is coming from you. Okay? Being projected through here based on your beliefs and your subconscious programming. Okay, so when we and the way that we do that, right, is we're tuning into the right frequency through the work that you've done, through the healing work, through the self-concept work, through the visioning journey. We are tuning into our to the frequency of what we desire. It's the laws of the universe. Okay. And so this is what we do inside CEO Soul Alignment. So we literally reverse engineering the process. Okay. So we're tapping into the energy of our soul, right? We're getting in as much detail as we can too, so that we can be practical with the step-by-step information. We're using that information to create an action plan focused on your priorities. So this is your strategy, right? This is your unique plan. Okay. We're clearing out any remaining limiting beliefs, any discomfort, and we are staying laser focused on your path. We are putting our blinders on. We're not worried about what everyone else is doing, what everyone else is offering, all the things. Of course, we're rooting for our besties. I mean, like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. But we're focusing on what you desire. Okay. And then you're manifesting it. Okay, so let's connect to your higher self right now and shift your energy. So if you are in a space where you can just close your eyes for a minute with me and just start by taking some intentional deep breaths, I really want you to notice how quickly you can shift your energy. Okay, so like I said, let's just close our eyes. I'm just gonna take a sip of coffee and I want you to become really grounded and present in your body. So if you're somewhere and you're able to close your eyes, like I said, just close your eyes. Just tune into your body and just begin to notice the way that your body feels. Actually, I'm going to do this with you. The squirrels are over here on the lawn, so my cat probably went in the backyard. Just save the squirrels. Okay, so let's all take an intentional deep breath together, really breathing in deeply through our nose and hold it at the top and then release and let go. Really breathing in again. Really allow it to fill your belly. And release and let go. And I'd like for you to take a moment to begin to notice the soles of your feet. All the way down to the bottoms of your feet. And I want you to imagine that you have cords of light, whatever this looks like for you, extending from the soles of your feet down into the earth. So underneath, your carpet or your floor, underneath the foundation of your building, down into every single layer of the earth, really feeling yourself being pulled down to connect with the earth. And if you can't see it, maybe you're feeling it, maybe you're knowing it, down into the core of the earth. Really feel yourself being grounded into the earth. And then what I want you to do is I want you to take another cleansing breath. And again, just notice your energy. This is super easy. And by easy, I mean you don't have to think so hard. You're just paying attention to your energy and the way that it feels in your body. Notice any warmth, any tingles, any opening, anything that feels tight, uncomfortable, just noticing your body. Beautiful. And then what I want you to do is I want you to call in your higher self. So you can say in your mind, higher self, please come in now. I need your support and guidance. And just noticing any shift of energy that you may experience. And then what I want you to do is I want you to just notice the shift that you're feeling. And what we're going to do is we're going to call in, or we're going to ask our higher self this one question. And when we ask this question, I don't want you to overthink it. Okay? I just want you to allow whatever information is going to come in. And I'd like for you to ask your higher self, what is the most important thing that I need to move through in order to embody the version of me that is running their soul aligned business? And either you're going to feel an answer, you're going to know an answer, you're going to have some thoughts that are coming up. Maybe you may see something in your mind's eye, just noticing what comes up for you. And don't overthink it, don't gaslight yourself. Again, the first thing that's coming up by yourself, what do I need to move through? What is the most important thing I need to move through in order to embody the version of me that is running my soul aligned business? Just notice what comes up for you. And if you have somewhere to write this down, I'd really encourage you to write this down before you forget. So I want you to focus on that aspect of your healing. And I want to mention, if you didn't feel anything, if nothing came up for you, and if you're like, oh, this doesn't work for me, the answer may come later. Okay. You are already an intuitive being. You are here. Just experience humanness. Okay. But the answer is already there. The connection's already there. So what we're going to do is we're going to shift our energy together. So with this information, what I want you to do is I want you to say either in your mind or out loud. Higher self, if it's in my highest good, please allow me to feel and experience the energy of the version of me that is running their soul aligned business, confident, empowered, successful, and emotionally balanced. Please allow me to feel and experience that completely in my body now. Again, just notice what you're experiencing without any expectations. Maybe you're feeling tingles. Maybe you're feeling warmth, cold, a surge of energy. Maybe you're noticing you're in your head and you need to get in your body. Maybe you're feeling um, elevated emotions. Maybe it feels uncomfortable, right? What does it feel like for you? Just noticing. Now, with that energy, I want you to take that in your day and begin to notice the way that you respond today. Okay? Just noticing. Because your connection to your higher self is one of the most beautiful experiences that you can have. Okay? Because your higher self is you. Again, it's just remembering your own true nature. It's remembering your power. It's remembering your connection to create the reality that you desire. Now, I want you to, in this energy, let's just take a journey with me. I want you to imagine yourself 6 months from now. Just imagine you are embodying everything that I've taught you inside CEO Soul Alignment. Okay. Your business is thriving, you're living out your true potential, and you're in alignment with your CEO self. You feel empowered, confident, you're glowing in your feminine energy, and you've mastered your intuitive gifts, right? You're doing this on your own. What does it feel like? Let's just have fun. What does that feel like? Really just like allow yourself to feel good feelings. Sometimes we get so caught up in like the monotony of life or responsibilities, heaviness, that we forget that even though it doesn't look that way on the outside right now, you could still feel it and enjoy it in here. You could still allow yourself to feel good, positive, elevated emotions. Okay. And I want to show you a quick look inside CEO Soul Alignment. Because if you're like me, I want to know what I'm doing if I've ever want to invest in any kind of program or learning. So this is what we're doing in module 1. This is the true essence of you. You are meeting your higher self. So what we did right now, we're just connecting with our higher self. Okay. Module 2 is identifying blocks and clearing limiting beliefs at their core root. So whatever came up for you when we did our exercise, that's one of the things that we need to tackle. Okay. Module 3 is the vision of your soul-led business. We're getting a bird's eye view of what that would even look like for you. Module 4, we're doing inner child healing and getting your inner child on board for massive success. Module 5, we are meeting your business guides and connecting with them. That's one of my favorite. Module 6, we are getting into the soul blueprint of your soul purpose and what your soul is here to do. What are you here to accomplish in that lifetime? In module 7, we are looking into the soul aligned business blueprint and the vision of your business. And like I said, based on where you are today is where you can access different facets of that blueprint so that you can figure out where do I need to even begin? Okay. Or do I want to pivot and go over here? Module 8, we're getting the strategy and action plan from your guides, what that looks like for you. Module 9, we are integrating and embodying the energy to make sure you are 100% on board with whatever you just completed inside the program. And module 10 is where you are implementing the strategy of what that looks like for you. So remember, I started in survival mode. That's me. That's me right before I quit my corporate job. I was so done. So done. And if you can read energy, or if you can just like look at someone's face, that version of me looks completely than the version of me now. She was angry, she was sad, she was depressed, she felt hopeless. Like it's my eyes were, they were dead. Okay. I didn't know the how or even where to begin. I was confused on what I was experiencing, but I was determined to trust myself and make make my life better. I knew there was a way. Okay. I knew I was meant to live a life of fulfillment and passion. So you have two options. So I have a self-paced format when you're doing it on your own, all my introverts, okay, or you can do it live in community. We've already started. Our first meeting is this weekend, Saturday, August 24th at 10 a.m., where we're doing live intuitive development circles, and we are really connecting and getting live validation live on the spot. So if you've never been to one of my intuitive development circles, I love them so much. They're so fun because people always come in and they're like, oh my God, I have no idea what I'm doing, or I've never read anybody before. And you can just feel like everyone's face is like deadpan. And then at the end, everyone's so excited because after you practice with somebody else and you get live validation, you realize how your gifts speak for you, and you can see how other people are experiencing their intuition because it's completely different for everybody. Okay. So I want to say thank you. I really appreciate everyone coming on Instagram Live and here inside the masterclass. I'm going to send a link via email, so make sure you're on my newsletter. I'm also going to post it on social media today with the self-paced version and the live version that has already started. If you have any questions while you're in my masterclass, please let me know. I'm going to, hey, Brendan, I'm going to answer some questions here that I saw. Sorry, I had to cut off the live because I think my phone was about to die, so I started over. If you hear something over and over again, is that your higher self? Yes. Yes, as long as it is supportive and guiding you in the right direction. Okay, your higher self will never be destructive or cruel. Okay. I really appreciate everyone coming on. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you so much, ladies, for being here. It was so lovely to have you. I hope you have an amazing day. Like I said, if you have any questions, you can DM me or you can send me an email. You know where I am. Okay.